Welcome back. Well, we hear a lot about training for dogs. Did you know you can also train cats for little kittens like this one? Dr. Melanie Bondar of the Toronto Cat Clinic joins us now with some tips. I think you've got the feisty one.
Feisty.
Let them, well, are we going to let them do it? Okay, we got to put the training in right away here, because there's, you know, you always hear that, okay, well, cats just do their own thing, but there are some important things so that they integrate a little bit better into your home, right?
Yeah, you definitely, especially when you get your kitten at this age at 8 weeks. They're not used to being handled and picked up, so as you can see, they are a bit squirmy.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to practice holding them and getting them used to that, as well as visitors that come to your house, so that they can get used to being picked up. And then when you need to do their nails, you have to be able to play with their little paws so they get used to getting the nails trimmed.
Right, just a comfort thing,
exactly.
Right? Yes.
So it's just a matter of getting used to it.
So is it maybe the first time you're doing that with their little paws there that you're not actually trimming their nails?
Exactly.
Just to get them kind of used to
so,
it. Right.
You know, 5 minutes a day, a couple times a day, just sort of touch their paws to get them used to it, and then give them a little treat, so there's positive reinforcement.
Right. Good idea, too, to get your kids cut, because I know I have larger cats, but, you know, little kids come over and they want to pick them up right away. Just kind of sharing with the kids, too, proper ways to handle the cats.
Exactly.
And that cats aren't necessarily like dogs. They don't always want to be pet. They'll come to you.
No, but you still need to get them used to it, especially if you have little kids around. You still want the kittens to be used to being picked up by the kids as well, but just teaching them how to pick them up properly and hold them, and then after a minute or two to put them back down.
What about litter box training, too? Most cats I've had, as soon as you put them in the box, they kind of intuitively know what to do, but...
Yeah, it is instinctual for cats to go in the litter box. You just have to make sure that the litter box is close by and that the litter is always clean. There's also a great new website called mykitten.ca where you can get lots of new tips on training your kitten, as well as reminders on when to bring your kitten to the vet, and socialization tips as well. You just need to register at mykitten.ca, and they'll send you a great kitten kit as well.
A kitten kit.
Yeah.
And it's important, especially if, you know, even if you're keeping your cat indoors, it's never going to go outside, they still need shots.
Yes, they still have to come in for their vaccines. There's a series of 3 vaccines for kittens, and then as well as bringing your cat in annually for a checkup.
Okay. And what about things like dental care? That's something to start thinking about, too, when they're little, right?
Yeah, so even at this age, I tell people to start by lifting their gums and looking at their little teeth. These are the little baby teeth, so they get used to that.
Can you do that again, actually, for the camera, just so that they're...
Yeah.
I'm sure the kitten doesn't like that.
Yeah, but you want the kitten to get used to that, because we do get people to brush their cat's teeth. And so this is the age that we want to start doing that at.
Right, and sometimes it's just as easy as getting something on your finger and just kind of rubbing it along their teeth. Not a brush like we brush our teeth.
No, we actually have, you could use your finger. We also have little cat brushes as well.
Okay, what's the foil out for?
So this is to demonstrate on, you know, when you get a new kitten or even an older cat that you may get from a rescue. Scratching is a big issue for a lot of cats. It's natural for them to scratch. So we have here some scratching posts that I brought. This one is a carpeted texture. This has rope, and this is cardboard. So you just sort of have to see what your cat might like. And this is to deter them off the furniture. So they don't like this kind of texture, the tinfoil. So you could tape that onto the area of the couch that they may be scratching, or you could use double-sided tape. Because when they go to scratch it,
and then eventually they'll learn that, so you can take
then,
the stuff off. And
exactly.
Then,
and then you could put the scratching post close to that area, so they have an area that that they could scratch on.
Okay. Any advice for curtains? I'm thinking, I don't know how many pairs of shears I need.
The curtains are, I mean, you could put tape or tinfoil, or, I mean, sometimes you do need to sort of just put them out of the way, because eventually they're going to get out of that stage.
Yes. Yeah.
And then also the training. For example, kittens like to jump on the kitchen table, and they're very curious. So there's a way of training them with a clicker, to associate the clicker with some food. We'll see if this kitten will go for it. No. So basically what you want to do
What about this one?
Let's see. So you would click it and then give the cat the treat, and then if they're food motivated, which right now they're not, but you may want to do this just before you're going to feed them, and so they're going to associate the clicker with a treat, a positive reinforcement. So eventually when they're jumping on the counter and then you click, then the kitten or cat will jump off the counter, and then you can give the treat.
Eventually, kind of reminds me of that Super Bowl commercial of wrangling cats here.
Yeah, exactly.
To do this, right? But now, what about introducing a new cat or a new kitten to a family where there's already pets? what do you want to do? Because you don't want to make the other animals kind of like, oh, what's this new thing?
Yeah, generally, especially with a little kitten, I would recommend to put the kitten in a separate room at first.
Yep.
And then I would let the kitten out into the areas where the other animals are, and actually bring in the other animals into the room where the kitten was, so they could get the scent of the other cat to get used to it, and then gradually introduce them, 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, so that you could, see how they're reacting. And some cats, you need to do it a bit more slowly, depending on the personality.
Okay. So you can get more tips at mykitten.ca. I'd love to play with these guys all day. I'd like to take them home, but I've got 2 at home already. Thanks so much, Dr. Brunner, for coming in and giving us some great tips there. Oh, they're so cute. We're back with more Morning Live right after this. There you go.